Before we start this video, I would like to say that this is not an overcharged edge and sniper combo that promises millions of damage. This is a Sharon build capable of solo farming any outpost missions, even in hard mode levels comfortably. Honestly, I want to make another Sharon build, but in my opinion, this Descendant is better used in farming amorphous materials and other rewards from the outpost. In fact, with the help of both Ultimate Bunny and Sharon, I have managed to gather most of the Ultimate Descendants and weapons easily while farming solo. Why solo farmer though? You can go with a group of Sharon, but it can be done solo, and while it's just a personal preference, I don't want to bother players using Bunny to fast farm materials needed to craft things like crystallization catalyst in public matchmaking. In addition, there's no additional benefit in playing outpost missions with a team, and the solo build I will be sharing can also complete the mission at the fastest time possible. It can hack all power units without breaking stealth, and it can also elite units, even those with orb phases in outpost missions. So here's the build I am currently using to farm all outpost missions in the game easily. First of all, equipping both skill extension and maximized duration is a must for solo Sharon players, as you would want active camouflage to have 18 seconds of stealth to avoid downtime, because you will need to hide and wait for your active camouflage cooldown timer. The problem though is that maximized duration will lower your skill modifier to the point that you won't get any damage from the continuous damage of your fourth ability if you decide to use Void Domination for this build. Speaking of the skill module, Void Domination is one of the best modules for clearing mobs in the outpost, as it increases the number of enemies targeted by your fourth ability. Not only for mob clearing, but your fourth skill can also be a good option for destroying all the orbs of the elite unit in the outpost. The only downside though is that your skill power will be lower when you equipped with this skill module, and with maximized duration, you will not inflict any electrocution damage, but only the effect of the attribute, which you can use to get more damage from Thunder Cage with the electric conductor module that increases firearm attack against electrocuted enemies. This Thunder Cage build is focused on both Sharon and Ultimate Bunny, and this is the best weapon I'm using right now to farm stuff using both Descendants. Before we get back to the Sharon build, I would just like to add that if you have an action and reaction module in your build, always give your Thunder Cage recoil stats, as the gun is so much better without recoil, especially against elite units wherein you can shoot the heads counted as weak spots for more damage. Since Thunder Cage is the best progression weapon, I decided to use this gun for all my farming needs, and it has never failed me so far. The only thing that I regret is not upgrading the unique ability of this gun, as I find it boring to go back to normal mode farming for another Thunder Cage. However, I strongly recommend upgrading its unique ability, as it will increase the trigger rate as well as the range of the electric shockwave, which will be great for not just clearing mobs, but also destroying the orb phase of elite units easily. There is also the option to remove maximized duration in the build and put another critical hit mod instead, but it will lower your stealth duration to 14 seconds, and you will need to at least hack 2 power units, then hide outside the outpost and wait for active camouflage to cool off. After that, hack the remaining power units and kill the elite unit that spawns. But if you want to keep maximized duration and add Void Domination in your build, then I highly recommend that ramp up the damage through critical hit chance and critical damage. There will be instances that you can deal 2 million damage using her first ability with this build. While her fourth is great in mob clearing, her first ability is the source of her true power, able to deal millions of damage in one hit. If you want to follow my suggested build, then I strongly recommend equipping also Frontlines and the skill concentration module. This will give your build a 61% critical hit chance and a massive 269% critical damage multiplier. In terms of Reactor, try to have something with critical damage and fusion or electric substats. My current Reactor for Sharon sucks, and I will be farming the optimal one soon. While for the external components, I have no specific setup for this Descendant. You can use the Slayer set for the increased skill power if you want, or even the Supernova set that increases your electric damage as well as your fusion damage, perfect for both the first and fourth abilities of Sharon. But right now, I am just stacking health and shield in my external components for survivability, as I still can manage to kill enemies in outpost missions effortlessly using my skills and my trusty Thunder Cage. To be honest with you, I'm holding back and fully optimizing my Sharon build for private outpost farming, as what if in the next update the developers will announce Ultimate Sharon. However, I finally decided to fill all the module slots of this Descendant, as it's super handy in amorphous farming. Probably I'll go with a boss killing setup for the ultimate version of this Descendant, but for now, I'll be sticking with this outpost farming build to help me get all the stuff I want to try in the first Descendant. Finally, this build may change in the future after I get one of the most elusive skill modules right now for me, namely the Battle Melting Rounds for this Descendant. The module setup won't totally change, as I will be replacing the Void Domination module with Battle Melting Rounds, and will have the same module setup. I can't wait how much damage I can deal though when I have the module, since it decreases enemies' electric resistance, allowing both my Thunder Cage and abilities to further deal more damage. If you have a good farm spot for this skill module, please let me know in the comment section below, as have done a couple of runs in both Hagios and Agna Desert region farming this mod with no luck. Also, please help us with the YouTube algorithm by simply liking and sharing the video video. If you want to check out more of the first Descendant guides from us, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will get updated on our latest uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader, signing off.